He can't believe it. The woman he loves is actually having a tryst with another man at a hotel, wanting to demand answers face to face. But his wife's words stop him cold. Expected that she would. Right to his face, pretend she doesn't know him at all. The wife points to the man beside her and says he is her actual husband. Upon seeing the name tag on the man's chest, because this man actually shares his exact name, the hotel manager takes one look at the situation and concludes. He immediately hauls him into the security room. They pull up the front desk security footage. The footage only captured his wife, Elizabeth, so his wife went to check in at the front desk alone. While checking the luggage, suspects it was left at the airport and takes a cab back alone to find it. Unexpectedly, the car runs into an accident just as it hits the road. To dodge an oncoming motorcycle, the driver panics and jerks the steering wheel. The entire car plunges straight in. Fortunately, the driver smashes the window in time and manages to pull him out of the water. By the time he regains consciousness, he is already in the hospital. The doctor tells him he was in a car crash and has been in a coma for 3 days. To Berlin with his wife this time to attend an academic summit. But when the doctor tries to help contact his wife, his memories before the accident have all become a blur. What's left in his head are just some fragmented flashes. In the hotel is impersonating him. Right at this moment, a photo pops up on the screen. Seeing this, the manager is even more convinced he's deliberately making trouble. Looking at the cops in front of him, he pulls out the doctor's business card, explaining he just went through a car crash and his memory might be messed up. Seeing his sincere attitude and that he actively apologizes, the hotel finally decides to let it go. He senses something is off. There's a car in the distance, seeming to have been tailing him for a long time. He deliberately turns into an underpass to see if the guy keeps following. After just a few steps, rushed footsteps echo from behind. Targeted. He immediately dashes toward the subway platform, barely making it at the last second before the doors close, successfully shaking the guy off. He knows very well that to uncover the truth, he must first get his lost memories back. Relying on the leftover clues in his mind to meet the female driver who saved him, he claims he's just there to thank her in person, and finally meets Gina at a diner. He wants to confirm if he got in her car at the hotel entrance that day, but Gina doesn't want any more trouble and refuses to say anything. Over to the research facility, hoping to find the professor who invited him to the summit. He believes the professor might be able to prove his identity, but the moment he walks in, he freezes completely because the man impersonating him is actually standing right next to the professor. To prove he is the thing they discussed over the phone, even the details only the two of them know. But that man immediately speaks up too, flawlessly repeating the same details. The professor is dumbfounded, completely lost the chance to prove his identity. Right at that moment, the cops arrive. That man doesn't panic at all upon seeing the cops, naturally proving his identity once again. For the guy in it has actually morphed into the imposter. He finds himself sent back to the hospital. The female nurse, learning about his situation, recommends a private investigator. The attending doctor believes it's because of the impact that he's experiencing amnesia symptoms. As for the flashes in his head, maybe they're just things he accidentally saw somewhere before. The doctor schedules him for an MRI. By the time he comes out of the machine, he actually sees that glasses guy who tailed him earlier. At this point, with absolutely no strength to fight back, looking at the motionless nurse nearby, he knows one thing. He's got to get the hell out of there now. But the split second his hand touches the scissors, that glasses guy suddenly turns back around. Luckily, the guy doesn't notice anything off and starts disposing of the nurse's body. By the time the glasses guy reacts, at the bottom of all this, he tracks down the private investigator recommended by the nurse. The PI is instantly hooked and decides to help him dig out the truth. Only bite the bullet and go find Gina again. For the sake of that 7-figure luxury watch, she caves and agrees to meet the PI the next day. Meanwhile, the PI isn't slacking off and keeps digging into the academic summit is about to kick off, and among the attendees is a massive heavyweight, the Persian Prince. His country is in flames, and he has faced several terrorist attacks. The PI already has a solid hunch. The next day, the PI tells them he has figured out what those guys are up to. He believes this is likely tied to the Prince because the Prince's situation pulls strings on many interests. The PI concludes they are probably trying to use the summit for an assassination. They have zero evidence. He wants to find his wife first, as she is most likely to know the inside story. They decide to split up. Gina tails the fake husband, and she absolutely cannot leave. If she does, their whole family will be targeted. She tells him to retrieve the lost briefcase. A man suddenly charges out and tasers him unconscious. He is then dragged into a derelict building. The man tells him his identity is a total fabrication, even Elizabeth. All of these people come from Sector 15, and the only real event was the car crash. The organization triggered the backup plan because of the accident, but Gina suddenly charges and rams the hitmen with a car, knocking them off the building. Right then, he finally gets his memory back. Actually, way back months ago, everything had already been set up, including planting the bomb in the hotel. As the prince arrives at the hotel, Elizabeth arms the bomb as planned. But by now, just stand by and watch this disaster happen. But the second they get inside, security spots them. The manager doesn't believe it. Once they check the security footage from 3 months ago, sounds the alarm and the crowd begins emergency evacuation. As Elizabeth senses something's off and sends her man to check, she heads back for the bomb, and it finally hits him. Assassinating the prince was just a decoy. What they're really after is the professor's research. With this technology, the organization can secure a massive foothold. As the man prepares simultaneously, Elizabeth makes a mistake handling the bomb. A massive explosion engulfs the hotel. Memory comes back. He goes in fast and hard. The man doesn't stand a chance. It's like that. This mind-blowing conspiracy is finally completely crushed.